5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hola hippies, paz en el barrio, buenos dias, I hope your week is going well. It's funny, isn't it, how what often look like choices aren't. You go to the grocery store and you find shelf upon shelf different products which, after you remove the packaging anyway, are functionally indistinguishable from one another. It's a problem with our politics too. Duopoly politics, it's called, the two-party system. That made Sir Barry the Pale appear to be the opposite of the Bolsheviks whom we'd grown to detest. There, however, being only two choices, Obama was the non-Bush or the non-McCain by default, when what he actually was just a slicker, smoother, better spoken representative of exactly the same interests it seemed, and was made to seem, he'd defeat and replace. They pulled the con job of the new century when they figured out how to convince a majority of voters that a difference of a couple of micrograms of melanin in a fella's complexion would make a jiggly shit a difference in the way he governed. You heard the resultant political melodrama played out the other night in the State of the Union, wherein Sir Barry told a round of about a dozen of the GOP's most cherished mantras as if they were his own. He sounded more Republican than any of the clowns in the GOP clown car, other than Romney maybe, whom he most resembles in other telling ways too. The GOP attack Obama as rabidly as they do only because it gives them the pretext to undermine further what they really want to destroy, which is democratic self-government. They've almost as much as admitted it. No, really, money can be patient because it doesn't die. They've been working on it full time since sometime in the 1880s and proceeded relentlessly, if incrementally, since then. A total takeover, but without the devastation and massive cleanup of an outright rebellion. A sort of a neutron rebellion, like a Cold War neutron bomb, remember? Which was supposed to kill life but leave the structures intact. And I'll leave you to speculate on which newt is the more odious. They're patient, thorough, and relentless, because as long as the democratic form of any kind may persist, and although it may have been totally discredited, if not abandoned, there's always a chance that some fool might get a mad hair up his ass and pass something that would interfere with the plunder. You cannot be too careful about things like that. And you look where you've come from, we're not going back. It is the fact that they are going after that damn blackamoor that makes anything acceptable, excusable, as long as it's directed at the black man in the White House with the blues. They'll ride that horse until it drops spavined after another 4 years, but during that time the GOP will have had a gold mine to exploit for financial contributions looking forward. You know my ever humble opinion, the GOP's sitting this one out. They're going to take a pro forma swing at it, but mainly so as to spread the money and ideology around, not for any practical gain. I think they know this is a fallow year for them. You'll know they're serious when they hoist another scion of the Bush dynasty onto the ticket. I look for Jebby at the top, Lizzie underneath in 2016. A winner they don't want to waste on defeating a president with whom the bosses, the owners, the oneers I'm now calling them, from their lofty perch atop the 1%, those folks are content with the St. Barry as he is. Indeed, as they were when they put him there in the first place. They're figuring, I think, on taking the Senate, which, with more Dems up this term than last, and more than there were vulnerable GOP this time, will be, I think, a lot easier than a lot of pundits think it will. Citizens United still rules, or say lack of them, they're still in play. Along with holding the House, the GOP will skate while the AFBP America's first black president, absorbs all the blame for the incipient, irreversible, and impending decline of the American empire. That's why I always call him Shamwow, hippies. See you at the beach.